If you look at this, this is an internship program specifically for Black folks, and this is one for Latinos. So what is the problem with that, right? That might be, somebody might say, what's the problem with that? They want to recruit a specific group of people. Why is that an issue? The issue is it results in this. These are numbers they tout on their website, and it says that 67% of their interns are minorities. That is impossible for that to occur naturally if you're going and you're trying to, sort of hire without any sort of racial discrimination, right? It's just not possible. We live in a country where there's no way those demographics align, right? It's just, I mean, it's ludicrous, frankly. It's almost entirely reversed. And then you look at this, they have actual quotas. So this was JP Morgan's quota saying they wanted to hire 4,000 Black apprentices, interns, and full-time analysts. They ended up hiring 4,192. So they met their quota, right? Then they prioritized diverse suppliers, but it gets worse from there. So I think an executive like Jamie does not even realize how absurd this has all gotten. This part that I'm about to describe is going to make you, I think, particularly angry, Jordan. So adults who work at JP Morgan are getting the genderbread person for training, which is just insulting and condescending, right? To try to get us to buy into gender ideology. Then you have the fact they're a platinum partner of the HRC who support child sex changes. If that's not enough, what caused the whole Bud Light fiasco, Jordan? It was Dylan Mulvaney, right? Well, guess what? Recently, JP Morgan sponsored an event for Dylan Mulvaney to go speak to children. Okay. That's the inspirational figure they're selling to kids. And then you've got gender spectrum class for managers at JP Morgan. Okay. This stuff doesn't end. And in fact, I think one of the most infuriating, they sponsor a mentorship program. And this mentorship program, they have the adults trained that if the children talk to you about sexual things, sexual identity, gender expression, any of that stuff, you can keep it secret from parents. And so, I think it's natural for a sane person of any political ideology to ask, why is a company whose job should be focused on making money doing any of this? What does it do to increase your bottom line when you're going and essentially throwing a political Molotov cocktail at half the country, more than half the country, to go off the last election results? Most important thing we could add to this is President Trump just signed an executive order that will effectively ban the mutilation of children, both chemically and physically through surgery. And I think for both you and I, that is a very important
That's
by the president.
crucial. Yep. Thank God.
Just absolutely critical, and I think there's going to be a fight. There's going to be lawsuits, but I think our whole side is united to stop this. And the way he put it in his statement was really well worded, that this essentially was a national nightmare and it must end. This
Great.
catastrophe. And we'll do everything to stop it. So I think the next step is we've got to get our Congress to pass a law as well, on the books forever, that this is banned. And so there can be no question in the courts about what is allowed, what is not allowed. But this is a great step toward ending this atrocity. I've been identifying companies one by one, going through their DEI policies, all their woke policies, and really exposing it to the public so that the public can make informed decisions about where they spend their money. Another thing that's given a lot of credibility with executives about what we're doing is that after the election, I think quite a few of them expected me to become maybe more ego-driven, maybe to drive my own politics into companies and to force them to believe what I believe. And I think them seeing that I've stuck to the same request, and it's corporate neutrality. We want a healthy country, a healthy, really world where everybody can be able to go and shop and not feel like they're being indoctrinated. Everybody can go work at their job and not feel like they have diametrically opposed political values shoved down their throat every day. I think that brings us back to some semblance of normalcy and sanity. And I think that's healthy for a country, whether I disagree with my fellow employee or not. I don't really think it's a discussion for the workplace. And I think us sticking to that has moved a lot of people in boardrooms to see that we're serious and we really just want to get back to, sanity. I think is the easiest way to explain it.